Welcome back to Take Action News, everybody. David Shuster here. This segment, we're going to talk about the latest in gun control on Capitol Hill. It does appear as if there is some movement, fueled in part by some new polling that is out. Just about a year and a half ago, there was a poll that came out, the USA Today Gallup poll, which found Americans were asked, what should the Congress do? Should the federal government enforce existing laws, or should it create new laws to deal with the issue of gun violence? And 60% said just enforce existing laws. 38% said we'll come up with some new laws. That number has changed now. It's something now like 47% say no, we need to create new laws, and 45% say enforce existing laws. So the public is coming around, and there are also, of course, majority now who support banning assault weapons and closing the gun show loophole. The president made a reference, interesting sort of reference to an opportunity that all Americans have in terms of petitions, and this is where it gets sort of interesting, in that there's been this petition drive, in which if you get 25,000 people to sign your petition on whitehouse.gov, the White House says it will respond. And so there have been all sorts of petitions calling for banning assault weapons and gun control and whatnot. The president made an interesting reference to the petition effort at the White House, and let's run that sound by way of kicking this off.
This week I called on Congress to take up and pass common sense legislation that has the support of a majority of the American people, including banning the sale of military-style assault weapons and high-capacity ammunition clips, and making sure criminals can't take advantage of legal loopholes to get their hands on a gun.
So the president is hearing from both the public polling and also from the petitions that these are the three things that people want. They want the ban on military-style assault weapons, they want a ban on high-capacity ammunition clips, and they want to make sure that criminals and the mentally ill, that there are background checks to make sure that they cannot get weapons. Because in 38 states right now, you can buy a gun from a private seller. You don't have to produce any sort of identification. The criminals know this. Some of the mentally ill know this. And that's one of the ways that they are getting these weapons. So those are the things that at least the president is pushing for, that he's got Joe Biden pushing for, and that members of Congress on both sides of the aisle think is most likely to get passed.